I think it depends on how companies are talking about it and showcasing it. So there's this big misconception that, robots, AI are going to take people's jobs away. And, the conversations that I've had with a lot of experts within the sector, they're just other tools to put inside your tool belt and how humans advance in their positions. So I've seen a lot of examples where a company has automated a process and it actually freed up their employees to do something more meaningful and more purposeful. That took a lot of critical thinking and problem solving. And I just had a conversation yesterday with a maintenance individual, and he said, he's like, I just don't think you can completely get rid of the human aspect of engineering and manufacturing. You always need a person to come in and be able to provide, because right now machines can't really adapt on the fly, and artificial intelligence is a first step to do that, but they really haven't fine-tuned that for even humanoids to really adapt on the fly like a human can. And that's a conversation now going on in the industry. So I think if we can talk about it more and actually share the good and the bad and the ugly, the younger generation will get more interested and want to pursue those types of opportunities. But again, I think it depends on where you're at. There's communities that do a better job versus other communities, and they have the backing and support of not just their manufacturing leaders, but also their community leaders. And you can see that with the way that they're talking about manufacturing at the educational level. And it's not just at the high school level, it's younger kids too. But the United States here is just so big. It's not something we can have one giant template for and apply it to everybody. Like, you really need to look at it at the community level and figure out what the main issues are in each community. But I, for example, mentor a robotics team where I'm from, and I actually brought them to IMTS, and they actually took what they learned from the conversations that they had at that trade show and applied it to their robot build, and it actually got them an award and got them to participate in another event. So I'm actually mentoring, well, supporting. I requested that they come to this Empowering Women in Industry event. They have 3 girls on the team. So these 3 girls are going to actually come to that event in October. And I'm hoping that they can get information and make really good connections to women who are currently in the industry. And then they can apply that to what they're doing for the robotics team. So yeah, I think they're interesting enough. We do need to educate the general public, because here in the United States, we had a bunch of strikes that happened on our docks. And it's because those employees thought automation was going to take away their job. And a ton of people went on LinkedIn and they were mad at the dock workers. And I'm like, well, we're not doing anything to really educate them about how these options are going to help make their jobs easier and even more productive. So I definitely think there needs to be a shift where, when companies and businesses want to bring in those newer technologies and advanced technologies, they need to involve everybody in the company in those types of conversations so that they don't feel left out and feel threatened by them.